It's Monday the 26th of April, and news hit this weekend when the Times, which is one of the most prestigious UK broadsheets, said and reported that new chapters of the hagiography Finding Freedom by Omid Scooby and Carolyn Durant is going to be republished with new chapters. Now, the Times made reference in their article that after the death of the Queen's beloved husband, you'd think that she'd need a quiet, peaceful year, but this is not going to be the case, allegedly. In August, a new revised book will be released. Also, the Sunday Times have published. They are reporting that the hagiography Finding Freedom is going to get a reboot, and it's going to be published this summer, and it's going to be talking through the royal rifts that continue to rock the monarchy. They apparently will be talking about the Oprah interview and subsequent fallouts that caused. It's also apparently going to talk about their new life in America, their multi-million-pound deals with Netflix and Spotify, and the Queen's decision to strip them of all of their royal patronages early this year, which allegedly Harry is understood to remain to be devastated at the loss of his military roles. I'm sorry, Harry, but actions have consequences. Allegedly, the book will be reissued on the 5th of August, and it will focus on the tensions between the Sussexes and the rest of the royal family. So not only are they content with backstabbing at the royal family in the Oprah interview, they're going to kick even more with this so-called reissue of the book. I find this a really bizarre move that he's not just writing a part 2, he's rehashing and just adding a few extra chapters. I say he, but really it's Carolyn Durant, isn't it? But she didn't do any press, so, it may have her name on the book, but Omid is the flag bearer of this hagiography, isn't he? One thing is very much clear. Over the last month, Omid Scooby has been the forefront of their mouthpiece. He was there for CBS on the day of Philip's funeral, spouting all sorts of nonsense that only Meghan or Harry could have provided for him. Omid hit back on social media, saying a not so accurate report about Finding Freedom in the Sunday Times, who didn't even bother asking for comment before they falsely claiming a paperback edition will feature new chapters that will reopen royal rifts. Why let facts get in the way of a spicy story though, eh? Well, to that I say, Omid, you really are so silly to put that online, because the book itself has been proven to be littered with inaccuracies, even to the extent that it was mentioned by Meghan's legal team when they were going against associated newspapers, i.e. the Daily Mail. Her legal team argued that Finding Freedom was the product of creative license, it was inaccurate, and they implied that it was full of lies and that Meghan hadn't actually had any hand in writing it whatsoever. I do find it interesting the wording that Omid Scooby says in his tweets. He doesn't deny that it's happening, he just says that he wasn't asked for a comment, and he also says that the paper are falsely claiming a paperback edition will feature new chapters. Well, there's a difference between a paperback and a hardback. Words in the detail, isn't it? When this book came out last year, it caused humongous ripples. A lot of people were digesting it, were reading it, it was all over the media. Will it really get another push just with the new chapters or a new introduction? No, I don't think it will. I think it's Omid desperately clinging onto the one thing that we all know he isn't. He's not a royal reporter at all. He's just their mouthpiece. And as one of the royal reporters for the Daily Mail asked Scooby, he replied to him, said, "So what is the exclusive new content then?" And he's found an image that says there is exclusive new content on Finding Freedom coming. It doesn't say that it's an introduction. It says exclusive new content. Now, I'm led to believe that there is slight disparities or discrepancies between what the Times has reported and what Page 6 has reported. reported. The Times has said that it's going to open or re-examining the royal rifts, whereas Page 6 didn't. Both Page 6 and the Times have run very early with this story. Omid Scooby, the only issue that he has is with the Times. Nobody else. They were the one that originally ran with the story. But you've got to ask the question, what exactly is this new content? And why on earth is there going to be a reboot of this? You can't call it a biography because it wasn't. It was extremely one-sided, and it was obvious that either Harry, Meghan, or very close people to them contributed to this book with the expressed agreement from Meghan herself. There's no way her friends would have spoken to either Omid or Carolyn about this book without explicit permission. Now, unfortunately for my sins, I did in fact read Finding Freedom, and you can see my videos here in the top right hand corner. If you click this link, it will take you. I went through and basically debunked all the lies, and even now the lies are still continuing to be debunked. Omid Scooby says that all that's changing is a new introduction that's going to be added. I wonder who's going to be writing the introduction. Could it be the duo in California? You know, one of the major lies in the book was that Meghan made Kate cry. And then Meghan went on Oprah and said, no, that wasn't true. In fact, she made me cry. How can you trust anybody that says that they have close contacts with the couple who has been found out in an out-and-out lie? Who do you believe? Do you believe Omid or Meghan? I mean, personally, I believe neither of them. I think the majority of people who are against Meghan and Harry and have really opened their eyes to what's been going on are worried on whether or not any details of the funeral will also be included in this book. Harry is very, very angry at the moment. In fact, there's been news reports of leaks from California that said that Meghan is prepared to heal rift only if the royal family apologise to her and Harry. The gall of this woman. I'm sorry, but you go on global TV and say all the stuff that you did that caused global outrage, put the spotlight on the royal family, and basically turned the world half in with them, half against them. You both did this. The onus is on you. If anybody needs to apologise, it's the both of you. And let's not forget, we're only a week and a bit after Prince Philip's funeral and this information comes to light. I find it quite distasteful, to be perfectly honest. I think the only thing that made me laugh out loud with regards to all of this Finding Freedom Mark II was that the Times blatantly called it a hagiography. Not a biography, a hagiography. And the two are polar opposites. We were told that the Oprah interview was going to be their one retort back, the way that they can get their voice heard. But this is still going on and on and on and on. I don't think they will ever be quiet and settle down into their peaceful lives until they have destroyed everything that they are so bitter about. It does make me really, really sad that the Queen is mourning and she's got to contend with this nonsense. You know, we've had the denied involvement by Meghan and Harry, but it has transpired from the Mail on Sunday's court case with Meghan that not only did she allow her friends to put her side of the story across to Omid and Carolyn, but her staff were involved in fact-finding missions for the authors and were also granted permission to put the authors into contact with people that may paint Harry and Meghan in a decent light. That is involvement with regards to the book. Whether you directly are involved or you get your staff to be involved, you are still involved. So I would love to know your thoughts on this matter, on whether you think that it's appropriate. Do you think that this new version is completely laughable? Why is he doing it? Why on earth are they re-evaluating all of this and then pushing out another version? Why not just write another book, you know? It's lazy journalism at its best. Sorry, I really made a mistake there. Omid isn't a journalist. He's just a mouthpiece, really, isn't he? Do you think that it will cover the Oprah interview, the bullying claims that have come out of Buckingham Palace that the Times so sensationally revealed? Do you think that they will get their side of the story? Because those claims claims came out after the Oprah interview were taped. So do you think Meghan is seething that it came out after and she wasn't able to give her right to reply? And how do you think the Queen is coping with all of this? My heart goes out to her. It bleeds that she's still having to cope with this nonsense about the Californian duo time and time and time again. I think this is evidently clear that it is now time to strip them of their titles. Over the weekend, Angela Levin, who is a royal biographer, said that Prince Charles could be reassessing what the monarchy entails, and he wants to streamline it. And to save money and to bring everybody in line, he could very well ditch Harry and Meghan from the royal family. Now, I think they've already been ditched because it says that they could be stripped from being senior royals, but they are no longer senior working royals. They're not senior royals at all. They are just ones in California. But they still are, or Harry and Archie are still in line of succession. My issue is that if Charles wants to streamline the monarchy, then he must surely address the titles that Harry and Meghan have. Without doing that, then there's no real point to even having Harry and Meghan in the conversation of streamlining, because they are well and truly out of the fold of the firm. It will be very interesting if it happens to see what it entails. Anyway, I would love to know your thoughts on all of this video.
Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell and also that like button. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers for all the tips and all the emails, DMs that everybody sends to me. It really is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching once again.